Welcome back, everybody. This is JenSandwiches, here to take another bite out of Zombie Exodus Safe Haven. It's been a little while. I don't remember what happened. I think I just got back from exploring the perimeter of our camp. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened, and I, went a little crazy, saw a zombie on a TV screen, and that sort of thing. So now we're back at camp. And it's apparently 10:45 p.m. and I probably should go to bed, but we'll see what happens. From the western side of camp, the group returns from their short trip to retrieve the body. Oh yeah, that's right. I told them don't fucking go and they all went. I'm about to rip into all of them because they need to listen. Their heads are bowed, hands and clothes are dirty, and several hold shovels. As they move to the center of camp, Kelly steps to the forefront. We located Nathan and buried his body outside of camp. Reverend Church said a few words to honor him. It was a simple service, but we honored our fallen teammate. You feel Ray's presence by your side. Are you going to let them get away with this? They ignored you and went anyway. You need to show them who's boss. Oh, believe me, I'm gonna. What do you expect me to do? You say to Ray. Her voice grows in your ear. Punish them. Don't be so damn weak all the time. Oh, God. Shut up, you shout. This is not going well. Are you okay? Jamie asks, bewildered. Yep, I was just... Forget it. Since the group defied your decision to stay at camp, you... yeah, they need to be punished. Give no punishment. Fuck that, they need a punishment. Yeah, and I wasn't wrong for telling them not to go. It was my decision. Yeah, no. I'm condemning them and they get a punishment. Fuck that. The group defied your orders, and for that they need to be condemned and punished. Otherwise, there will be no order to the group and insurrection will continue. You step forward and call out their lack of obedience. They made me leader and should respect my role. Make them feel guilty. No, I don't want to make them feel guilty because, I mean, they did what they thought was a good thing. But yeah, so the first one. You all defied my orders not to go. I gave a specific order, but you chose to go out anyway. Now, we're not always going to agree with each other, and this was a real tough decision I made. In the military, people follow orders and understand chain of command. We're taught to live by a code of honor, and we respect those who lead us. If this group can't do the same, then we will surely fail, and failure means we likely won't survive. The group looks about, murmuring and staring at you in continued defiance. You made a bad decision, Kelly says. We had to do what our conscience told us to. If you'd listened to the majority of the group, you would have agreed to let us go in the first place. It doesn't look like you're making an impact on the group. Fuck. You step back from the returning group. Since my rule was broken, there has to be a punishment. Kelly's eyes light up as she shouts in a shaky voice, Punishment? Are you serious? Hold on a minute. You can't punish us for something we had to do. Church pleads. Jamie steps closer to you. Maybe we can let this go, Derek. Nope, it's gone too far. Can't let it go. This is... Oh my god. Derek is right. A punishment is fair, Rachel says. I stand by him. Her voice is cold and determined, sending a chill down your spine. Me too, Riley says, stepping up, hand falling over his pistol. We can't have people doing whatever the hell they want. As the returning group waits for their punishment, you decide it will be... Oh god. We save food and I get my message across. I mean, that's a good point. Pick out one and threaten violence? That's so scary. I'll make them do watch duty. Why the fuck not? Even though I don't really trust them to guard camp, but whatever. Since you didn't respect our group's safety and put us all at risk, you'll be on watch duty all night, protecting the rest of us as we sleep. You step back from the returning group. I've said my piece. We have to respect our rules or this group won't last. With those final words, you walk away from the group, and each member returns to the business at hand. God. Ooh, I have a radio. I don't see the point in charging my laptop since I'm not any kind of, techie character. You know. Ooh. Or I could set up a generator to power the whole camp. That sounds pretty good. Having a generator available, you plan to make use of it to power camp, at least to charge simple devices. You carry the generator to the edge of camp, load it up with some gasoline, and switch it to ready mode. Cool. Check the time, 11 p.m. How much shit can I do before I actually have to go to bed? Curious. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, I had wanted to do an alarm system. That sounds good. Being warned of trouble provides your group a greater sense of security, especially when you're camped out in the open. You gather empty metal cans and other small, noise-making objects and string them together in a long line. With the line in hand, you wrap it through the trees just outside the clearing about knee-high. You tie it tight enough to withstand the wind, but if an animal or person hits it, the force will rattle the line and make noise, alerting your group. The work takes you 45 minutes. You check the time, 11:45 p.m. You stand on the side of the campsite, peering down at the stacks of zombie bodies at the base of the hill. Thankfully, the wind is blowing away from you. Otherwise, the stench of the decay would be overwhelming. You wonder how much wood you'd need if you were going to burn zombie bodies, and how much risk of a brush fire you'd create. You stop as you feel a light tap on your shoulder. Looking up, you see Rachel trying to gain your attention, a serious look on her face. Is something wrong? You ask, pulling her aside to give the two of you as much isolation as the hilltop will allow. I need you to follow me, Rachel says quietly. There's something I have to show you. How ominous. All right, Rachel, yeah, let's go. All right, lead the way, you say, and Rachel starts towards the woods at the back of the hilltop. She shines a flashlight on the path. You make your way through the thick underbrush, though you see several sandburrs you're going to have to remove from your clothing. Rachel walks about 20 more feet until you come upon a shadow-enclosed copse. For a moment, you're at a loss as to why Rachel brought you this far away from the group. She points at a spot about 5 feet from you, and your eyes go wide. Partially sticking out of the ground like some macabre flower, you see a hand. Below the hand is a pile of relatively freshly turned dirt. Oh, roughly the size of an adult. Nearby are 3 more dirt piles, one of them adult-sized, but 2 are noticeably smaller. I think you can see why I didn't want to show the others, Rachel says. She stands close to you, speaking in a tone soft enough for you to hear, but for no one else to be able to eavesdrop on. I was doing a perimeter check, and that's when I stumbled across this, almost literally. She bites the inside of her cheek as she says, I went a little further afield, but thankfully I didn't find anything else like this. And this is why you came to get me? You ask in confirmation. Rachel gives an affirmative nod, though you detect a hint of irritation in her demeanor. Of course, you're our leader. Who else would I get? You get closer to the dirt piles. The faint odor of decay wafts up from the exposed hand, and you look closer at the surroundings. Unsure what you're looking for exactly, you start to unearth the shallow grave with the exposed hand. As you dig up the loose dirt, the form of a human body takes shape. You push aside more and more earth. Doing so makes the smell of decay assault your senses, and you momentarily rock back on your feet. Though the odor is pungent, you maintain your composure and search the area. You circle the man, and though he has decayed somewhat, you can tell he was not a zombie, nor had any symptoms of infection in life. Oh, God. That's scary. Look there, Rachel says and points to the back of his head, a bullet hole in the base of his skull. You lean in and see the small hole, though blood has caked near the wound. In your mind's eye, you imagine this person kneeling, and then blackness. Judging from the state of decay on the corpse, as well as the accompanying odor, you realize the body has been interred for at least 2 days. You step back from the body and examine the rest of the area. Given the thick underbrush, you notice nothing significant at first glance. However, from the direction of the body, you detect the faint traces of broken branches and trampled grass. To the best of your ability, you can tell that this man was not chased or dragged here, but walked of his own volition. After reviewing the scene, you decide to... I think me and Rachel should probably look around. There's more to this story. You can feel it. A naked body in a shallow grave isn't the end, but the beginning. It doesn't take long to see you were right. 3 more graves lie a few yards from the first, and these add to the picture of depravity. A woman and 2 young children are buried between 2 trees, lined in a row. You search the area for footprints or tracks of any kind, but the few made in the dirt disappear after a few yards. 9mm casings, Rachel says, and holds up a bent piece of metal. She slips one into a pocket, and you follow her to the campsite. Oh, I'm scared. Returning to camp, again the eyes of the group fall upon you. They watch Rachel and you walk through camp, their faces telling you they know something's wrong. I mean, I should probably tell them. Yeah, I should tell them. They need to know and be prepared. You're all surviving together, and the entire group has a right to know the full extent of the dangers they face. Can everyone gather towards the center of camp? We have something to discuss. While everyone walks towards the center of the clearing, Rachel shoots you a stern glance and shakes her head no. Despite her disapproval, you know this is the right thing to do. What's up, Derek? Jamie says, sitting on the ground off to the side of the rest of the assembling group. You wait a few moments for everyone to take their seats, with Nora the last to hobble over. Thank you all. We have a situation, and I feel it's fair for everyone to know. Rachel was scouting the area outside camp and found a grave. This was no normal grave, it was freshly dug, and the body inside was the victim of an execution-style murder. Gasps and shocked faces are shared around the group. Someone was executed near us, like by a serial killer? Madison says, her voice hurried and shaky. Maybe it's Leatherjack, Brody says in a breathy, emotionless tone. Riley stands and draws his revolver. Are we searching for this psycho? Should we leave? Are we safe? Church stands and takes a few steps towards you. Wait, was it one body? Was it infected? Kelly asks. You raise your hands to silence the group. Please quiet down so I can share all of the details. You divulge more information, sharing all you discovered from unearthing the grave. You also tell them about the other 3 graves you found. This news hits the group like a shockwave. Someone killed children? That's plain sick, Lopez says, his expression one of pure anger. I can't take much more of this, Parker says. That's all I know at the moment. This is all hard to hear, but it just shows that we need to be careful, stick together, and keep our eyes on the lookout for danger. That's all for now. The survivors linger for a moment, and your news is the topic of conversation for a while. Instead of joining in, what should we do now, guys? Well, we already have the generator set up, so I might as well charge my radio, I guess. You plug the CB radio into the generator long enough to power it for extended use. Yay. 12:45 a.m. I haven't even looked at my stats. How am I? Do I need to do anything? I could probably, slap a Band-Aid on myself. Let's slap a Band-Aid on. If I can, if it'll let me. Oh, I can help somebody else. But not myself. Okay, well, let's do that. Why not? You scan the clearing and look for all of the survivors who might need medical attention. Oh, that's interesting. They could be gone. Okay. You spot Lopez near the southern edge of camp and make your way over to him. Hey, he says as you walk near. He hangs a soaking wet shirt on the branch of a tree like it's a clothesline. I came to check on the cut on your neck. He hangs a wet sock on the branch and then turns to you, tilting his head back. The gash goes from one side of his Adam's apple to the other, with several inches tacked onto the right side. Benji checked it out before. He said it was healing. He didn't put gauze or anything over it? You ask, examining the wound. It's scabbed and pink on the sides, but a light film of dirt coats it. Yeah, but it annoyed me. I couldn't move my head around. Sit down for me so I can take care of it. You spend a few minutes cleaning away the dirt with a dry, clean cloth. Then you apply antiseptic ointment. Lopez closes his eyes and smiles. That feels nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it, you say, and rub a little extra ointment. You stop rubbing the cream over the wound. With the wound cleaned, you wrap a bandage around the affected area. There you go, you're all set. Lopez stands and touches his neck. Thank you. I'll keep it covered until it heals. You walk away from Lopez, hoping that's the worst injury you'll have to deal with. You check the time. 1 o'clock in the morning. With the sun down, the sun only barely went down at 1 a.m. Night falls over the clearing, thick with blackness beyond the campsite. The fire in the center glows orange and red and provides the only source of light. A wispy line of smoke rises high and mixes with the deep blue sky. Clouds roll in from the east, threatening rain tomorrow, offering another test for your group of survivors. A breeze has picked up, and the temperature feels 20 degrees cooler than in the daytime. Gina finished her improvement for the camp. A perimeter of barbed wire encircles the clearing from the thickest side of the forest. With the group's concern over attacks from wild animals and zombies, you contemplate watch duty. You head to the center of camp and call attention. Would everyone join me over here? You say and wait for the group to form a circle around you. Unless anyone objects, we need some ground rules for tonight. No one should leave camp. We have no idea who or what is out there. I would also like some of you on watch duty. We'll take turns so everyone gets rest. Is everyone okay with that? No taking turns. My punishment is those who defied me do watch duty all night. Oh well, we'll just remember that that's implied. Brody speaks up. Watch duty? Don't worry, Brody, you're not being punished. If we're all asleep, something could wander into our camp and attack us. If a few people stay awake and look out for danger, others can sleep in peace. We can do 2 to 3 hour shifts. You pause a few moments, and after some murmurs and groans, you continue. A few of you are automatically on watch duty due to your disobedience earlier. Oh, Brody did go. Sucks for you, Brody. Brody, Church, Parker, and Kelly. I'll be up on watch duty as long as you need, Rachel adds. If it were up to you, we'd all stay up forever, Madison says, rolling her eyes. Other survivors volunteer, and in time, watch duty is set. In terms of watch duty for yourself, I'm the only person I trust. Jesus. I'll do the first one, sure. You plan to take first watch. Though the stars shine brightly, you'll feel better sleeping in the shelter of a tent tonight. Since you haven't pitched it yet, you commit to spending the time and effort to do it now. You locate a clear area of ground in the campsite and brush away small bits of debris and stones. The tent and its parts are stored in a large nylon bag, and you unpack all of the gear. You lay out the ground cloth and position the tent over it. Next, you assemble the poles, which come in 2 large sections each, then attach them to the body of the tent by threading each end through sleeves. The other end of each pole attaches to the ground cloth. Finally, you attach the tarpaulin to the outside of the tent, knowing this piece of material will provide an extra layer to shield you from wind and rain. Luckily, this tent is self-supporting, so there's no need to stake it to the ground. Fancy. You move inside the 7 by 7 foot area, crouching below the 4-foot nylon ceiling. With the wind blocked, you feel warmer already. Rachel set out several lanterns around camp, so you set one in the corner to light the inside of your tent. With watch duty starting soon, you decide to skip it. Oh my god, now I'm taking my shift. You change out of your street clothes into a simple clean t-shirt and shorts for comfort. Though you have watch duty soon, you just need to change into something new, even if just for a short time. You lay out a thick blanket to cover the floor. As you lie down, a shadow passes over the front of your tent. You zip up your tent flap and hear a hard burst of wind ruffle the plastic exterior. You draw a blanket around your body and legs to keep away the cold. As your eyes close, you catch movement from the side of your tent. Oh, Ray is lying on the ground, hands behind her head, ankles crossed. I'm sleeping here for the night. Have a good one. We'll need all our strength come tomorrow. Too tired to say anything, you choose silence. Though it's May, the temperature up on this Colorado hilltop makes it cooler than it should be. Storm clouds rolling in mean tomorrow it will rain, and your small group will deal with one more obstacle. As you lay your head back, your mind drifts into the ether of sleep with only one lingering thought. What else can this world throw at us? Oh my. Alright, well, that's a good place to stop. Chapter 7. Just in time, too. So, yeah. Yay! Creepy things are happening, like people possibly getting murdered. What fun. I guess we'll have to find out if that's true in the next one. Plus, everyone hates me. It's a great time. Actually, I don't mind. I think it makes it interesting and entertaining when all of the people hate you in this game. Because, like, if everyone liked you and agreed with you and you got your way all the time, how realistic is that? It's not. So, yeah, guys. Anyway, thank you all once again for sticking with me, and I will see you all later. Bye.